When does a teaching become demonic? Let's talk about that. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, Paul, speaking the words of God, describes false teachers who are propagating what he calls doctrines of demons. If you're reading the King James, it's doctrines of devils. But what he goes on to describe is people who are forbidding to marry, that they're teaching to abstain from certain foods, and that's what he calls doctrines of devils. What does that mean is that there are people who are teaching obedience without the center, that they're keeping the commandments, but it's not motivated by communion with Christ, because this is sandwiched between two passages dealing with the mystery of godliness and the person of Christ. And what he's describing as doctrines of demons absolutely divorces itself from that, that it's obedience without the one we're obedient to. That what makes their teaching demonic is that they have the form of godliness but not the power of godliness, that they are striving to be good apart from the character of Christ. There's no communion with Christ that undergirds what they are and aren't doing. It's do these things, and that's the center. So the opposite of that would be to obey the commandments, to do all things to the glory of God, would be to receive things with prayer and the Word of God. Not just to avoid X, Y, and Z in lieu of doing this, but to love Christ to the point that we would obey Christ. To not do that, God says, is demonic. But to truly love God is to become more like Christ, is to put on the new man with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. And against these things, there is no law.